Alrighty, suppressor shortening. Why would we want to do this? Well, suppressors are heavy, something that a lot of people don't think of when they're like, yeah, I want to suppress everything. Suppressors are really cool. Well, guess what? Suppressors have some downsides, and one of which is a big ol' heavy thing. Not to mention this is a really old, very heavy suppressor at 18 honkin' ounces. You have a really huge thing hanging off of a really long barrel, sometimes a really long barrel. This here is a 16-inch. I'll use this as an example for some things. This setup here is a 12.75 inch. That doesn't look like it for a couple of reasons. So you may want to make your suppressor setup shorter. If you have the Plan B system that I've talked about in a bunch of videos here so far, you are able to do that with a couple of products. So I just got this one here in, and it's called a Comstock Armory RPA, Plan B compatible, OBV, and it's a recessed suppressor adapter. So what it does is puts the threads further inward so that your suppressor goes further in. Oh, I'm doing something funny. Further in the barrel, further over the barrel rather, and further over your flash hider or brake, right? Compared to a standard, and this is a Wolfpack Armory Plan B, a standard adapter where the threads are right there, right on the edge, right? There's only like less than a quarter inch of space there. This like goes way in, so it'll come more over the barrel. And I'll show you that on a barrel in a second. So, standard adapter stops right there, right at the wrench flats. Let's go ahead and take that off and do the whole suppressor with the Comstock. And it's going, it's going, it's going, it's still going. It goes just past, not just past, I mean, that's quite a few turns. So you can see the wrench flats here. And I'll kind of line it up on this line right here, which is maybe why I'm using an X-Acto mat. We're going, we're going, we're going. Still going. So you see some space right there, pretty cool. So it recesses more over the barrel than the other adapter would. So we're bringing weight more this way, better balance, and better weight distribution on the front end of your barrel. So that's all very cool. We'll put this one back on so you guys can see what's going on here with a standard low profile adapter. And that stops short of the wrench flats. So we're going on maybe another 3/8, just under a ½ inch. I'm not a good estimator. Oh, there's a ruler right over there. Hee-haw, less than a ½ inch. So pretty cool. So this is a really nice product. I'm gonna be testing it out. It is concentric. It is machined really well. It's made of steel. They do make a titanium version. Very nice wrench flats, which I just noticed making this video because I have a spanner wrench, but it looks like you can also use a crow's foot, a really big crow's foot, to get that on there, which is awesome. So that's very cool. Really great product, really, really nice product. So how else can we make our suppressor setups shorter? Well, that's using a recessed Plan B barrel mount for the Plan B system to work together. So here's a standard barrel, run-of-the-mill 16-inch barrel, and you can see the end of the barrel, the crush washer, and the flash hider, right? Well, on this setup here, you can't see it because it's recessed. So this barrel's a 12.75, but after this front sight base, like, this looks like a 10.5 barrel almost, well, maybe a little bit longer than that. 10.5 would be like right there. So this looks almost like an 11.5-ish, you know, kind of somewhere in between there, but it's actually a 12.75-inch custom chop barrel. So this barrel, and I'll take this off here so we can better illustrate what's under the Plan B flash hider. This is actually like right here. Maybe more, maybe right about there. So this flash hider, which I have torqued on, and I'm not going to take it off for you guys, so you're going to have to deal with me here, is going on to the barrel another 3/8 of an inch, about, maybe a little bit more. So that's pretty cool. So it's taking all of that space. Oh, this is a little bit better. You can't really see because of the light. I don't have a good light source here. If the barrel's coming out to about right here, you know, you're going this much farther onto the barrel. So once you add the actual recessed Plan B hub adapter from Comstock, you're coming another 3/8 inches. So 3/8 plus 3/8 is 6/8. And if we reduce that down, I think if the maths, that's just about 3/4 of an inch over onto your barrel, right? Because 3 divided by 2 and 4 divided by 2, just a little basic math. Removing of barrel length, and that's not exact. I'm making this up, guys. I know there's a ruler up here and stuff, but the point is that a lot of suppressor adapters will start or rather stop with space for this, or shims if you use shims. Will stop right here, right? Like that's the most you can go. Not to mention more, depending on the muzzle design. Like there's chemos and dual locks and all kinds of other setups that are just way forward of the barrel. But this, that doesn't fit. This is going to allow, if you put the two together, you can get just under 1/2 inch of barrel back towards your receiver, and then another just about 1/2 inch, you know, to where this is pretty much going to go all the way back here, because this is a 7x7 step, so it's about 0.7 inches. It's going to go all the way in here instead of being all the way out here. So that's pretty cool, and that's pretty awesome. This is somewhat exclusive. I'm pretty sure it's exclusive, actually, to the Plan B system. Again, made a bunch of videos about my Plan B journey here so far. I've been using this, but I decided to pick up one of these to make my setups even shorter, and I think this is really cool. I love the innovation, and I like all the products that are coming out for the Plan B system. Another product I want to try is the vented, the back pressure reducing cap that they make for Plan B. I don't have one yet. Once I buy one, I'll be sure to make a video, but it vents some gases out here, but has some drawbacks on its own from fouling. So anyway, hope this was helpful. I hope this finds its way to someone trying to shorten their length of their setup when using a Plan B suppressor. All right, guys, leave me a comment if I did anything wrong, like my fraction reduction math, or if anyone has any comments about the things I talked about here. All right, thanks, guys.